How we doing, everybody, and welcome back to the Catalyst, where we break down all things bullish in the crypto markets. Today we are going to be talking about Matic. Matic has been on an absolute tear the past 4 or 5 days. While the market has kind of gone a little stagnant, Matic said, no thank you, I'm going to continue to rip up. So we've seen 50% gains almost over the last week or so. With only one kind of red candle in between all of that, we went up 10% today. And now that the market's closed, technically we're on the second day, so we're already into tomorrow's candle, and we're already up another 2.5%. Matic has just been getting more bullish by the day. Increased news, increased deals and partners and everything like that. It is just continuing to develop at a very fast rate. Layer 2 alone has started to see a lot of adoption. People are starting to say, okay, Ethereum is a real player here. And like I say, always check Ethereum when you're looking at layer 2s. Ethereum also has had some pretty solid days. You see this pattern that I laid out quite a while ago now. Let me just stretch the fibs over here to keep it going. I laid out this pattern quite a while ago, and you can see here, we're playing out perfectly. We had this key resistance here, previous high, right? We broke through it, came back down, tested it at its perfect support a few times even, and now we're starting to follow it back up. Hopefully we can break this trend line and go a little more vertical, but again, our target is still $6,300, at least for the short term, not necessarily for the end of the bull run, but that's kind of where I see Ethereum going. And with that, obviously, Matic is due for some pretty big gains here too. So you see these kind of, this kind of like butterfly pattern almost, right? So we see this giant wedge here, and then we see another one, a smaller scaled one, kind of in the middle of that, developing on its own. So you see also we kind of came out, we broke out of this, we fell actually below it again once more, and then continued to break out of it again after that. So we started riding it looks like the 55 and even the 100-day moving average, and then from there that has shot us and catapulted us forward here. So what I'm looking for here with Matic is, first off, we have some key levels of resistance, and you see here we've kind of had that the 220 mark or so, maybe a little higher or lower than that, give or take. You see we've actually wicked into it once yesterday or today, and at the moment we're getting rejected by it as we make this video. So hopefully what can happen is, there's potential for us to actually do something like this, where we come back down somewhere here, hit some support once more, and then hopefully start to go back up through it that way. Or we could also this could be the candle that just breaks through it. We could just go blast through it, have some crazy days, hit some resistance at the fib level here, or maybe at the top of this resistance that we have. That is also possible for us to test that and then come back down, find support somewhere at one of the fib levels here, or even at the bottom of this trend line. We could see a pretty big move upwards towards like the $3 mark, similar to kind of what ADA did a few weeks ago, where it came up, blasted up to $3 over the course of 6 days, and then you see now it kind of came all the way back down, but we have a pretty strong support line here, so hopefully we wouldn't break through it like ADA, I believe, did through its trend line. So we see that we've kind of rattled in between here. We broke out of that first wedge. Hopefully we can do something like this, hit the top of it. That would be a good point to at least take some profits. Maybe not close your position completely, take some profits. RSI would also be kind of towards its peak. And you see here as well, anytime the RSI hits a high, that's also a high on our, on the price point. So that's a good time to sell, obviously, anytime you're at the top of the RSI. So that's these 3 points here. And buying points are actually, obviously towards the bottom. If you don't know anything about RSIs, that's basically how they work. It's kind of a predictive pricing model. So that is kind of what we're looking at for Matic. I would look for continued, just bullish, good news coming out over the next, rest of the month at least. December is traditionally a very bullish month for crypto. So this is some potentially huge gains coming in, not just for Matic, but for kind of everything across the board. What I would say is if we do end up tracing back down to either this fib level here or this trend line, that might be a good entry point. If you've already kind of missed the bus and you don't want to FOMO in, wait for it to kind of settle down and retract a bit, and then it'll load up again hopefully and rip from there. So as always guys, just be cautious, but otherwise happy holidays, and stay tuned for some more content for the rest of the month here as we get into 2022. So guys, hopefully we stay super bullish, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.